Anyone can do permaculture. A lot of times there might be places with too little light, places with too much light for a raised bed. I'd suggest you can plant. See, the sun comes up right here, so I get a little bit of light right here. But at the end of the day, I get some shade, so I don't really shade these. But if there was only sunlight, like if there were no trees over here and there were no trees over there, I could put a tree right here and a tree right there, and it would get daylight, sunlight, and early morning bright light. But yeah, all these are low light lettuce. All I did was put a layer of slightly decomposed wood chips, like about that deep, and then I put 2 bags of compost and spread it across the whole thing. And then I've just been layering mulch and compost, and it looks pretty good. There's some fungus. That's a fungus. That's not a root. But yeah. Oh, those are the roots of the beans right there. Looks really good. But yeah, right here, the trees. We layer the mulch out here for these trees. This fig tree, I don't know if there's any figs on it, but this is the permaculture gist of things. And the trees also help with the fungus. I have the trees connected because the fungus can help them communicate and share nutrients. And as you can see, there's regular wood chips underneath here, and so you layer it on. And this was a very rocky dirt, but as you can see, the wood is kind of already breaking down. This is surface layer stuff, and underneath there's the dirt. But this tree right here was probably about half the size for 5 years of growth. Okay, 5 years, and it was about half this size. And this grew in 1 year after I put the mulch down. From top to bottom, it was to the ground. It grew all the way up in 1 year. There's a little fig right there. 1 year, grew down from the bottom. Just put mulch. Figs have a really strong attachment to the fungus out here, and they really need mulch. It's the biggest thing. And they also need you to water them deep. If you water them surface level, there's a lot of nematodes in the surface level, unless you have a lot of fungus. There's funguses that have spears that eat nematodes. Okay? And also, you want to have a lot of thick mulch to help you with grubs. Because grubs, they like to lay their eggs in moist soil, but if you have thick mulch, there's going to be a lot of little predators and different things that can eat those for you. And I just like to come out here, and I've released red wigglers out here. So if we're lucky, maybe see one. There's some tree roots, see? The tree's roots grow out twice as far as the tree's canopy. So keep that in mind when you're laying down the mulch. It's going all the way out here. Growing all the way. Those roots are touching for sure. They're underneath this bed too. Catching any of the extra nutrients. I fertilize this every once in a while. Any of the extra nutrients that would run off, trees are catching it up, getting a head start from it. Ooh. Oh, I thought my fingers were red. Getting some beans out here. There was peppers out here. We have permaculture, so there's constantly needs to be something growing out here. We had a pepper garden. We had tons of peppers come out of here. Peppers and all sorts of little stuff. And then we switched it to the winter crops. Okay. And so I couldn't grow carrots out here because this is our dirt. That's the dirt that I planted it on. It's right next to it. Can you see that? Can you see that? That was impossible for me to dig these trees in. Ow. That hurt my finger. Ow. Yeah, and these plants are growing in it. I have carrots growing. Can't harvest one right now. Sorry. Just nah. But yeah, just a lot of seeds. All this is grown from seed, by the way, and except for these onions right here and these onions. So yeah, permaculture, layer mulch. That's all I have to say. And I also put a little bit of 7 dust on this garden right here only to get rid of grubs, because grubs are a big deal for these soft little fleshy plants. You honestly can't even grow them out here in Texas without some kind of pesticide or the nematodes that kill grubs. I don't have those yet. I haven't ordered them. I need to order them. It's winter. It's the best time to order them. But yeah, I was just giving y'all little tips on permaculture. They need a little bit of shade. They don't need too much shade. It's like a recipe. Just think about it. They can't make food for you unless they have food. All energy that comes from your food originally came from the sun. So if your plant is a low light plant, it's honestly going to have low energy density, just like a lettuce, you know? But if it's a high light food like a corn or like an apple or something like that, it's going to have higher light requirements. So just keep that in mind. You know, onions take a little bit lower light. They can take a lot higher light, but yeah, I have this here because the sun goes behind these trees for winter, so we're not going to get a lot of light, just maybe a little bit of morning light, bright light all day. Yeah, just think about the sun goes straight up in the summer and it goes to the angle in the winter. Just think about that. And it goes to the right. If you're looking east, then to the right is where the sun is going to go for winter. So just think about where your sun is going to be moving around. Now is the best time to make a permaculture garden. Set it up, put mulch out there. That's all I can say. Just put mulch in a spot where you want to grow. Come back to it. Once you look underneath the mulch, if you wet the mulch, I just put this out a couple days because I mowed the grass. But see, the plants are starting to die underneath here. It's already looking a little bit darker, you know. It's already got nice fungus growing throughout it, all different kinds. I get tons of little mushrooms. It's real cool. My girlfriend loves mushrooms, so she gets to see more mushrooms than she ever has before with this setup.